Hello everyone and welcome to Radula Studio. We're gonna take the painting from where we finished last time. Sorry, I already started. Um, so I'm trying to define some of the areas. My strategy on how to proceed from here is to basically try to have balance on what is on the elements that are there. So I'm playing now with a bit more pronounced in a way colors, so I'm trying to balance them with the more diluted ones, the more transparent ones on the paper, so smaller surfaces here and there. Start giving this creature its characteristics, maybe. This is what I meant. It's a bit more of an intense color, so I try to spread it around, see where else it could fit, what else it could do. And there are still undefined areas like this one. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. So here the second layer works a bit like a shadow or shadows of that creature, like where on its skin would be darker and where it would be lighter. Yeah, some brown here. I feel that it works. Still not sure how I chose colors. They fit some sort of logic, but it's an inner logic. It's like what would fit there? What would make the others around it shine? So it's more of an instinct, which sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. I feel that it has been working in this one so far. Adding some extra layers based on the patterns and the shapes the water created. And I try to be consistent with that. So for me, this is what creates the inner logic of what you're doing. Like it's own rules, but you have to be kind of persistent with those rules. Find something that you like and go on with it. There was an eye on that sea creature. Here again, taking advantage of the overlayered paint and making it like defining it as a structure. I like how the brown looks lighter because of its yellow um, background. Don't have much to say on this video, but it's basically because of having explained more of my strategies in the previous one, and I'm just following them in this one. Okay, sorry, it gets blurry. A friend of mine asked me why don't I do bigger ones, and that's something a lot of people ask. And for now, it's a very practical reason. I do these paintings at my my place at home, where I can basically just use a small desk, and I think it's kind of convenient as well. I'm a very impatient person, so I like small things that get done easily. And other than that, I don't have to prepare much. That's why I also chose to do aquarels and not like oil or something or acrylic. And it somehow fits the project so far. I don't want to go into bigger sizes, at least for now. Let's see how the project evolves. But yeah, basically convenience and the practicality of a small space. That looks like a snail. Yeah, maybe it's a snail. I kind of like this dark blue as a base. Also works nicely with the yellow. Yes, I want some of those details to stand out, so I'm going for a second layer of color. I'm using the same blue. And to be a bit more solid, I don't want to see um, water structures in the details specifically. I have to say that this is my favorite part of the process, like having more or less the structures defined, the things there, and once those work among them, you start like kneading down the details, like these ones. So I'm going for this other animal now. I will stick to its pink, reddish, crimson color to also balance a bit the amount of blue on the paper right now. These abstract forms of the creatures give me the possibility to just bother with the color and not bother with their characteristics, like bother with how I spread the color to give them characteristics. I'm more thinking of color balance rather than shape giving, if I make sense. Please let me know if I make sense. I mean, write a comment. You got it. Yeah, I like the face. Too much color on my brush to let it go. I needed to spread it somewhere, and there it feels like it gives some sort of balance. I wasn't very much aware of the blurriness when I was making the video, so again, I apologize for that. It's that the paper is moving a lot, and yeah, this is the effect. And my hands can get on top, so it's difficult for the camera to zoom. Looks a bit intense here. And I think once it dries out, it will be a bit less red than that. Let's see. I find those like structures, like those more abstract things, very interesting as well. Um, I feel that my subconscious is just trying to articulate something, but it's lost in translation. It like the things my eyes absorb during the day, like colors, images, structures, they are all thrown out into the paper. But through my subconscious, that's through a process that is not logical, it's like improvisation on paper, but with an understanding and a consciousness about its structures, the way it manifests on paper, and help, like it's a process that the subconscious and the conscious help each other. I'm trying to define or to describe in words what I feel like improvisation in general is, um, or not in general, but in my process, in my painting. I'm using crimson red here. It's not very obvious on the paper, but like on the video, it's very obvious on the paper. I think it's a bit more yellow on the video. think it's almost there. Yep, this is it. Okay, one last thing. Yes, yes. It was lacking some green there too. So as this video is coming to an end, I wanted to remind you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit the like button. This is very helpful. On other news, if you want to support the channel, you can head to Patreon. You find a link in the description. There you can have access to the whole Radula project. You can find all the aquarels, full-length videos of the painting sessions, and some digital paintings. Other than that, you can also follow me on Instagram for the rest. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next Friday with a new video.